guys, it is Sunday. I'm going to try and start filming the weekly vlogs on a Sunday to a Saturday, so then I have a Sunday to edit and upload them, and hopefully I won't have to worry about one ending up uploading it late or having to quickly end the vlog or whatever. So I'm gonna try and start on a Sunday and go from there. But it's been a few hours since I last ended the other vlog, but I thought I might as well start this week, and that. But I'm a bit red because it's a bit warm, but I've opened the windows. We've come home from getting my dad's car washed. We also had to drop off a parcel of our soda stream bottles to return them, or the canisters anyway, to return them. So we've done that, and then we went to Aldi, and that just to, because that's where we got the drop off thing, the impost boxes, but we got some more ice cream and then some sweets and stuff as well. But we're back home. I've made myself a white chocolate mocha frappe. I tried it in the blender now. I don't think there's any actual ice in this part, but it is a bit thicker. I also added some whipped cream to the top. But yeah, there's also some more still in the blender, so once I finish this, I've got a little bit more to have. But it actually is quite nice and refreshing at the moment. But I'm going to just chill downstairs at the moment, because I'm kind of thinking, why not? It actually isn't, it's warm, but it's probably warmer upstairs in my room. So yeah, I am tempted to go up and get my fan as well actually at this moment in time, but I can't be bothered to get up. But yeah, but at the moment I'm just gonna sit chill downstairs, watch 911, since I've got an episode of 911 and 911 Nashville to watch, which are the finale episodes of the series. So I'm gonna watch that and do some reading, and see how far I can get into this today, and basically just go from there, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna go from that and just chill, watch some TV, do some reading today, and not really do much. So yeah, the fun day today of just chilling. Hi guys. Don't mind if you can hear my fan. I've literally just cleaned it, so I'm reaping the benefit of it being nice and clean. And actually, it seems a little bit more powerful now that I've cleaned it a bit. But yeah, I did have to do the task of trying to figure out how to clean it, because I didn't know if I could dismantle it, because there's no screw or anything at the back. So I tried to see if there was a way to do it without having to try and dismantle it, and it said you could do it with a hairdryer kind of thing. So I tried to do it, that was not working. So I tried to see if I could pry this front part off, and I needed a screwdriver to do it. So I done that and then cleaned it with glass cleaner, in fairness, because we haven't got a spray bottle of normal cleaner anymore, of a Fabuloso or something, because I broke the glass bottle that I bought a while ago by accident, and we also don't have a spray bottle of it either, so I just used a spray glass bottle cleaner for windows and stuff and mirrors. So yeah, and it seems to be doing the trick anyway. But yeah, it's Tuesday, so I'm just chilling downstairs. I don't really have much to do today. I'm doing the washing since I didn't get around to doing it yesterday, because it was kind of just a day of, it was boiling yesterday, it's still warm today and boiling today, but it was like, I just couldn't stay upstairs to put my washing away, and I didn't want to have to add like another massive load of washing to my massive washing pile, to be honest. So I managed to put my washing away this morning, and I'm doing the normal laundry and washing today, and that with a few towels added in. But yeah, so I'm doing that. I'm gonna do some more reading as well, since it's my third day of reading this book today, or today will be the third anyway, and I'm almost a quarter of the way through, which is great. I think I'm on chapter 6, which it starts at page 80, and that, so yeah, I'm classing it as like every like 100 or so is like a quarter, even though there is like 3 extra pages at the end. There's 403 pages, but I'm classing it as every like 100 pages is a quarter, because I don't want to have to try and work out the, 1.5 pages in that all the time, because I never read like half a page. I normally just read like the whole page, or try and read like the whole chapter or so. But yeah, so I did give myself the task of reading to, 200, page 200 or so, by the end of this week. I might be able to actually pass that if I keep going like what I was reading yesterday, because I read most of the part yesterday. I think I only read like 1 chapter, if that, on Sunday, and then like the other 4 were read yesterday. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to read a bunch more today. I know to chapter 7 starts on page 100, I think, so that will get me to at least halfway through, no, quarter of the way through, if that, and stuff. So yeah, I'm like, if I can at least read a chapter today, then that'd be great. If I can read more, that's even better. But yeah, since I do want to finish this, my main original goal of reading this book, I wanted to finish it before my birthday. And then after my birthday, I've kind of got 3-ish days, kind of, like a few days, like at the house before we go on holiday, because going on holiday, I wanted to take 2 new books that I haven't read or haven't started reading. I didn't want to take a book that I was like part way through, so I kind of want to finish all the books that I'm reading like before going on holiday, finish all of them and not be like somewhat into one. So I've kind of given myself the task to read before my birthday, and then possibly on my birthday, after my birthday, finish any books I'm currently in the middle of. If I'm not in the middle of one or so, leave it, and then pick up a book for on holiday. Or I could just pick up one of the books if I feel like reading and I've finished one after, like before my birthday, or on my birthday I could just pick up one of the books that I want to read while on holiday, because I think I might pack 3 anyway, like one like romance, one like mystery kind of one, and then just like an extra romance or something possibly, and that, but yeah, I think so I could just pick up one of them and then start reading it, since it's going to be one that I want to read on holiday anyway. But yeah, so originally this was meant to be read by my birthday, but I feel like I'm going to end up finishing this way before my birthday anyway, with the rate I'm at with reading it. So then it was originally like, try and read this long before my birthday, and then pick up I think it's called the Lights Out series. I think it's called, the first book's Cross the Line, I think it is. And then the second one, I can't remember, but I can picture the cover, which doesn't help. But yeah, so it's like an F1-y like series, romance series, like a motorsport one. So I kind of want to start reading that. So I'm thinking, try and get this read as much as I can. Obviously this week, to get as much read and finish. I'm not going to finish it this month or this week. Well, week and month. The end of this week is the end of the month anyway. But I know I'm not going to finish it this week. But if I can get over halfway, possibly close to 3/4 of the way through, then that'd be great. So then hopefully I can finish it the first week of June, and then I can start the Lights Out series and read, because there's 2 books in that series and that's it. Well, that I know of, and they're also the only 2 that are on my TBR this year. So try and get them read, or at least one of them books read, and then go on holiday, pick up the books I want to read on holiday. Because I could also do the thing of, if I don't end up reading both of the Lights Out series books, I could pack the second one as my extra book for on holiday, and stuff. But yeah, but I think that is my plan, to try and read this by, I'll say, the end of the first week of June. Primarily I want to finish it before then, like partly the middle of the week, first week of June, but yeah, go from there, and then pick up Cross the Line. I think it's called Cross the Line anyway. Pick up that book. What I could do is actually look on my Fable app, actually, since I've got it on a list. Let's do that instead. This shit is TBR. Oh, where is it? That's with them. Oh yeah, it's Cross the Line, and then the second one is Ride With Me. Oh no, I don't want to download the book. But this is the book that I'm on about, that I want to start after this one, and then the second one. Oh, there is a third book. But I don't know if it's in paperback yet. But anywho, that is like the second one. But yeah, so they're the 2 that I want to try and get read. I didn't need that on my, oh, it's a sample anyway. No, I don't want to. I just done it again, I think. Can I delete that? But yeah, so that is what I'm gonna possibly try to do. I might also see if the third book is out. Obviously I won't read it this year. It'll come to next year, or possibly oh, it's coming out in August. Yeah, August. In paperback, I think that is. yeah. So I could possibly buy it later on and then have it to read next year or so. But yeah, so I'm just gonna chill for this afternoon. I say this afternoon. Well, yeah, it is gone 11 o'clock. So I need to have some lunch. We had some gammon last night and there's some left over, so might have some gammon with something, I don't know what. Read, chill. I've been listening to like music or whatever, because it was, what was it, Radio 1's big weekend last weekend, or the weekend just gone, so I've been listening to some of the sets on there, but I've kind of like listened to all the ones I want to listen to. So yeah, I think I might just put like some music on the telly or something. And that, since I've been really loving listening to music while it's been hot, instead of actively sat watching the TV, just having some music on and just like laying down on the sofa, doing some reading or whatever, doing that. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. Read. I made myself one of the white mochas again, white mocha frappes. I'm towards the end of this one, but I've got a little bit more left, which I've put in the fridge to keep it cool. So I might quickly top that up, and when I make my lunch and just sit and read and stuff. I do need to pop upstairs actually and give my sister a list of some nail varnishes that I've got. But yeah, go from there. But today it's just going to be a nice chill day. So, hi guys, it is Wednesday. My brain is all over the place with what day it is. And today is just going to be a day of finish off doing the washing since I've still got a little bit left to do. Also, sorry if you can hear that noise, I have no clue what it is. But it beats like a plane noise or a lawnmower or whatever the noise was earlier, and it just kept on going, so it beats that. But yeah, anyway, today I'm just gonna kind of continue on what I was doing yesterday as well, of finishing the washing, since that's like literally nearly done. Well, nearly dry, and then it's kind of done apart from like the towels. So I got that, and then I'm gonna continue listening to some music, because it is still somewhat warm today, but it's not as warm as yesterday, so it's kind of alright. But I still feel like just like listening to some music, and plus it means I can get through my book possibly a bit faster if I'm not actively watching the TV. Especially since yesterday I managed to get to 55% through my book. So I managed to get to chapter 12, which is page 225 it starts on. So yeah, so I managed to read past the halfway point, which I kind of gave myself towards the end of the week to read to. And that yesterday I managed to read quite a bit. I read over like 100 pages. But yeah. So now I'm kind of in the mindset of, I might be being optimistic here, but if I manage to read over half the book, I say over half the book, it's only about like 5%, but if I manage to read like over half the book in 3 days, because yesterday was the third day of me picking it up and reading it, I might be able to finish this book within the week, like before the end of the month. And that I do only have like 4 days, including today, to do that. But to be honest, I'm kind of feeling optimistic on I might try and do that and finish this book this month. Well, this week anyway. Well, month and week is the same, but try and finish this book and then pick up the Lights Out series next month, or whenever I end up finishing this book, to be honest. But yeah, I could possibly end up finishing this book within the week, which seems wild to me because I didn't think I would. But yeah, but also another thing is I've been loving actually having a book physically in my hand to read compared to reading on my phone. Which, don't get me wrong, it probably would have been nicer to read on my phone in this hot weather, and that because at some points I feel like my hands are sweaty and having to hold a book with like somewhat clammy, sweaty hands is not the best. And that in the heat, and also my phone isn't like overheating as I'm reading it. Reading on my phone or using my phone for a while in the weather and stuff, so that's kind of like a plus of not using my phone. But I feel like it would have been easier just to sit there on my phone and read. But I am loving the fact of having a actual physical book in my hands and reading it and stuff at the moment. But yeah, so I'm just going to continue doing some reading and going from there, to be honest. But yeah, so going to do that. I'm also going to try and read these books as fast as I can, as I've got a lot of books still on my 2026 TBR. Although this is my book, book 17 of the year. This is my 17th book that I'm reading of the year. This is also obviously number 5 of books being added, like add-on books this year. So yeah, so that means I'm like 5 behind on my actual TBR of the year. So I'm gonna try and read as much as I can and as fast as I can to make sure that my TBR is like somewhat in here, to be honest. The only thing that I can think of is what am I on about? The only thing is I'm literally in the mindset of now being like, I don't think all of my 2026 TBR is going to get read, which at this point I'm like not really that mad about it. I'm like, as long as I can get all like the physical paperback books on my TBR read, then that's fine. And if I end up leaving some of like the classic books that are on my TBR, which are literally on my phone, I can save them for next year if I really need to, if I don't get around to them. But I want all like the paperback books read on my TBR. So yeah, that is my thing. So I'm gonna try and do that. But I'm also gonna try and read as many of these my ones on my TBR, because I can't remember if I added my blind date with a book to my TBR and class that as one of the books on my TBR or not, because I've got that video coming up somewhere. But I might start filming that after coming back from holiday, because I want to obviously start reading the book after my reading wrap up, which is coming next month, because I think the blind date with the book comes out before, not my next wrap up because that's next month, but the one afterwards comes out before that one, so I can kind of read it, post that video, and then end up showing it in the other reading wrap up. But yeah, so I might film that one. We'll start filming that one after holiday, primarily because it might just be easier to read it and stuff and film it and do all that after being on holiday and stuff. Do it that way. But yeah, and plus that way it also gives me a bit more time to try and read as many of the other books on my TBR, and that. So yeah, what my main goal was on the Fable app, it said to read between 3 and 4, I think, books a month to hit my book goal of like 40 books being read. What I might try and do is aim for like 4 or 5 books, because this will class as my 5th book this month, if I can get it, obviously if I can get this one read. But if I can get at least 4 books read every month now until December, and then possibly hit that 5th one, possibly, then that might make it a bit better and easier to get most of my books on my TBR read and stuff. But yeah, but doing it that way. So yeah, so fun. But I'm just gonna carry on listening to some music, chilling, and doing some reading for a bit. But yeah, I'm just going from there and having a relaxing day. Hi guys. As I'm waiting for my lunch to cool down a bit, I say as if I've like chosen a hot meal. All I did was warm up like a sandwich to melt the cheese a little bit inside. But while I'm waiting for that to cool down a bit, I've just had a parcel come, so I thought I'd show you guys and then quickly run part of it upstairs. I just got this mouse pad. I've done this little, I saw it on TikTok shop because I needed this like planner which I've got. So I was doing a little like TikTok shop order to get this planner, because I've been looking for a planner like this for like ages. And then I saw this mouse pad and I went, I need a new mouse pad anyway, but this is like a giant one, so I could fit like my keyboard on it as well, which has just got a bunch of books on it and stuff. But yeah, so I got that, so I'm going to run that upstairs because my mouse pad that I currently have is a bit stained, and I can't like clean it and get the stains off, and then also like it's peeling from like the bottom bit and one of the corners is peeling a bit, and there's also like a tear in it, so I needed a new one, so I got that. And then I got this monthly planner. It had way more like years in it than what I thought I would need, one would have, I mean, and that bit's 2026 to 2030. I was kind of just looking at one possibly for the start of like next year and stuff, but I saw this one, so I got this one with the start, which to be honest this looks more like bookish and stuff, but I want it for like videos and YouTube videos and stuff. So then instead of doing it on my phone, because I don't really look at my phone that much, and that on my Notion, which I have it on, and then also I have it now on like 2 calendars, like a calendar in my office room on my desk. I've got videos on that calendar when they get uploaded. I'm on about like Wednesday videos, like the vlogs I know get uploaded every Sunday, and then also on my like strictly dancing calendar that I have in my bedroom, but I thought it'd be nice for, obviously they will just stay there for like the rest of the year, but for the start, especially for the start of next year, it'll be nice to just be able to grab this book, go into it, pick a month or so, or have it like, let me get to the actual year, have like a month layout, this is July, but, and then have all the videos on here, listed in here, of what is going to be uploaded when, kind of thing. But yeah, but I thought this would be nicer for me, and plus it keeps it all in one place. But it does look cute inside, so it's got that. And then obviously it's got emergency contacts, information and stuff like that. And then I don't know what else is in here. I haven't really put on. Oh, important financial stuff, and website info and passwords and stuff, contacts, and then yearly overview for all the years, I'm guessing. Yeah, all the years. And then after them pages, what is really nice is each year is a different colour. So you can probably see from the top, each year is a different colour, which is nice. And then you get into the year. I don't know if the start of each year is. No. So you go in, have like an important date. So I could technically just write like birthdays or any like special videos that I want for that month. Or I can jot down the actual videos for each month so I can see what videos are in each month, and then on the actual month pages it's like this, and then obviously on the right day I can do what video gets uploaded when, and then I think at the very end of the month, yeah, after December, it goes onto a notes page and stuff, which I don't know if I'll use or not, but that, and then obviously it goes on to the next year. But there's also holidays with like the first important dates and stuff. Juneteenth? What actually is Juneteenth? I was looking at like some of the dates, and then it says like Father's Day for the years, like obviously, and then it says Juneteenth, which is what? I don't know what Juneteenth is, but okay, cool. Good to know. But yeah, so what I might do is when I run upstairs to throw this up, I'm gonna grab a pen, I think, and jot down. I probably won't start on May, I'll start on June, for this year, and jot down all the videos that are getting uploaded, for the rest of the year, and go from there. But yeah, obviously December's just gonna be like a vlogmas, possibly try and do daily vlogmas, but what I might try and do is try and do at least one thing each day which is slightly different, like do like a readathon kind of thing one day, read for 6 hours one day, do some baking another day, and do something like that, to try and do something each day, and then jot it down in here. I might try and do, but yeah, I might try and do that, but I'm not sure. But I'm going to run up, just put this on my desk for now, I'm not going to sort it out, grab a pen from my office room, since that's where all my pens are now, so I need to grab a pen and come back down and do it. But yeah, so do that. But I think this planner is going to strictly be to do with YouTube and videos and stuff. So I don't think I'm going to put any like birthdays or holidays, like if I'm going away or anything in here, or any like meetings or anything that I have. It's just going to be strictly videos, which will be great to just look at and stuff. But yeah, I thought I'd just give you guys a little update, guys. It is Friday today. I'm kind of just doing much what I've done like the rest of the week, which is the washing. Well, to be honest, I need to check the washing. I didn't put it outside yesterday because it was somewhat warm, and when I done that, what was it, Wednesday, I kind of ended up getting like a really bad headache from being out in the sun every now and then during one of like the hottest times in the day. So I kind of just left it in the lobby, which is somewhat warm, and it also has like the sun going into it anyway. And last night some of the clothes were like somewhat done anyway, they just felt a little bit damp. So I need to check the washing anyway, and plus it's a small amount, so I was like, we're not too fussed if it takes a while to dry. But yeah, so I need to check the washing. I'm gonna continue watching some YouTube since I've got like 5 videos, I think it is, 5 or 6 videos, like subscription videos on my watch later list to watch. So I'm going to try and watch, I say try and watch them, I'll be able to get them all watched because I think they're all under half an hour. So I can get them watched today and then go back to like listening to some music or so today. So that's what I'm going to do. And plus it gets my watch later list down because I think there's 8 videos on there, so there's like 3 that aren't subscription. So I'm going to do that. I can also finish this book today because I've got just over 50 pages, because I'm about to start page 350, which is chapter 18, and then there's 403 pages in here, so I know I can definitely finish this book today. So I'm going to do that. I have gone down the first book in the Lights Out series, which is Across the Line. This is the series I've been talking so much about in this video, in this vlog. So I've brought this down for if I want to start this straight after, or I've got this photo that I kind of need to finish, or I might start doing some of this, I'm not sure. It depends on if I fancy doing some more reading after picking up this book. But yeah, this book is apparently a bit like, well, the author of Collide has said fast, furious and unforgettable, and then the author of Happy Medium said all the fun and drama of Drive to Survive, but with way more kissing, of like the things in the back. But yeah, so of their like review. But yeah, so it's kind of like a motor sporty F1 one. Oh my god, it's kind of like perfect timing because the Formula 1 race schedule on here, I don't even know if this is the actual schedule, to be honest. It might be, because the Silverstone one is always in July, towards the start of July, so this might be the actual schedule, to be honest, of whatever year this came out, of 2014 this was published. I don't know, I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. But it's around like perfect time of me picking it up because the Monaco Grand Prix is actually the next Grand Prix that's going to happen. I think it's technically next weekend for me, which obviously isn't the right dates, but yeah. And the 28th has literally just gone. It's the 29th today of May. But yeah, that's actually quite cool. That has a Formula 1 race schedule in it. And then all the chapters have like the flags, the finished flags and stuff, it looks like. But yeah, I'm super excited to read this one though. So I might end up picking it up straight after. Oh, that's the acknowledgements. I was gonna say, oh, there is 385 pages. So there's less pages in this than there is in this one. But yeah, so let me slot my bookmark back into the book. I'll do it on the F1 race schedule. But yeah, so that one is all ready for me to read and pick up if I want to and fancy doing some more reading. Or I can do some more of the colouring in. It depends on how I feel after I finish this one. But I feel great that I'm going to be ending up finishing this book within 6 days. Is it 6 days? Yeah, 6 days. Which feels great to say. And to be honest, I didn't think I'd end up finishing it in a week, let alone 6 days. Plus, well, I say that I haven't really actually finished it yet, so I kind of need to get on to reading it. And not stop and then forget to finish. But yeah, I thought it would take me a lot longer to read. But it also counts as my 5th book of the month that I have read once I finish it, obviously. I love it how I'm just like speaking as if I have finished the book when I haven't yet. But yeah, it will count as my like 5th book of the month, which means I'll definitely be hitting my like 4 to 5 books that I want to read each month, which will obviously then contribute to Cross the Line being the first book of next month, even if I do start it today or within the next 2 days, since it's still May. It counts as the day. It counts for the month that you finish the book on, and counts towards that month. But yeah, so, because that's where it comes up as, where's my stats? Get my, oh, it's loading. So that's where it comes up on like the books and stuff that I've read and stuff like that. So yeah. But on here at the bottom it does say you'll want to read 3 books per month to hit your goal before the end of the year and stuff. And a little reader insight of like, obviously that's just hitting the 40 books that I don't wanna edit or change the goal. And that, but obviously that doesn't count towards my whole of my TBR that I have of this year. So yeah, that'll be fun. But I'm gonna just chill, do some reading, watch some TV, and kind of just have a relaxing day, since there isn't much for me to do. It's also less warm today, which is great. To be honest, upstairs in my room it was kind of still somewhat warm upstairs, but I feel like it's kind of like cooled down a bit, so I might not actually need my fan on at the moment, and I might open the window still, but might not need the fan on since it doesn't seem too warm at the moment. The heat wave might be over. I might be speaking too soon, but it's not as warm, which is great since I hate the heat. But yeah, fun. But yeah, I'm just gonna crack on with doing the stuff that I wanna get done today. Hi guys, it is Saturday, so I'm just gonna spend what's left of the morning, which is like 10 minutes, just kind of tidying my room up a bit and getting that done. Yesterday I did manage to finish A Death on Location, so I need to run that into my dad's bedroom for him. And then I read like the prologue of Cross the Line, and that, but I also managed to get quite a lot of this photo done. So I've only got like a few more, I'll say a few more, that's more than a few, but some more lines to do on this, of the circles. So I might see if I can finish this today, or at least this weekend. But yeah, I'm just gonna also empty this bag out from the week of using it, of taking stuff downstairs, because I do love to just empty it out at the end of the week, like on a weekend where I'm just gonna probably be spending most of my time upstairs anyway, in that. So gonna do that, and then also sort out a bunch of like parcel stuff that I've got that I had come, which is like some tights. I got a new snack box for when I go away on with my dad on holiday, so I can get a few snacks, put it in this box, and yeah, can have them in the car or whenever. And that's since I don't know what happened to my last one that I had like a smaller, it wasn't as big as this, but I had like a smaller one, and no clue where it's gone. I think I probably ended up getting rid of it, to be honest, and because it was years ago that I had it. But I got another one which has like obviously the 8 compartments in, and stuff, so obviously nearer the time just get some snacks to go in them, and stuff, and obviously wash it out. But I'm gonna put it this way. I got some tights and stuff, so I want to sort them out, and then also just go from there, sort some stuff out, continue watching some YouTube, since I'm going through watching all the like the carpool karaoke videos with obviously James Corden, and that I started watching it yesterday, and I'm like, I want to say I'm like halfway through the playlist of all of them, so I'm gonna continue watching them and stuff while I get everything else done. But yeah, my main goal is just to tidy up my room a bit, see if I need to change the dehumidifier for all like my books and stuff that I've read, and do that if I do. Possibly do some more reading, try and get some more of this done, if not finish this picture, and go from there. But yeah, I think that's gonna be like my goal for the day, is just get some stuff done. I also had my drive crate what was it, 2 days ago now? I think it was Thursday it came, and I just forgot to show you guys, so I thought, why not do that now? I got some steering wheel socks, which will go to my dad, and that, since I don't really wear crew socks or like long socks or anything, I prefer ankle and stuff. But yeah, so got them. I got some coasters, which I can't get into the tub. Some Legends coasters set, which I was going to show you them all individually, but I can't. But they're just their images on the front, which, to be honest, I don't know who they are. It says like Jensen Button, Alan, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Prost, should I say, not Frost, and stuff. They're like the names that I can like physically see. Oh, Mika Räikkönen is on there also, but I don't know if it's their cars and that or not, with like some of the names on like the tin, because it doesn't really say. But yeah, I got that, and then I got some long fizz sweets. This theme was Monaco, so this is like French/Italian kind of thing, because I think Monaco's near France and Italy, and and that's since Monaco is the next Grand Prix, being next week I think. So I've got these long like fizzy belt things, which one of the flavours is cola, which I'm kind of feeling like is the darkest one. There's only 3 flavours, but I have a feeling I don't like cola stuff, so it's probably not going to be the best. But yeah, I'm going to say it's French since it says FR at the top of this as the top thing of the languages. But yeah, there's cola, there's pomme to something, and that, just like the flavours are there. But it could be like apple, cola and something, because what else is green? I'm not sure. And then also got a Alpine notebook, just a notepad, basically like my one that I got of Red Bull I think it was, and that just a plain lined notebook, which can never go wrong with. I love a notebook, so got that, and then got a driver number of Lando Norris. I got the number 1, so this will be hung with all the other driver numbers I have in my wardrobe and stuff. But yeah, so I've got like 6 minutes to 12, or 6 to 12. So I'm gonna just, I can't speak today, just tidy up as much as I can. So I've also got some washing to put away, and stuff. I also need to grab the washing from downstairs, because although I said I'd sort it out, I kind of checked it a bit yesterday, like once, and went, oh, it still could do with like a few minutes while drying, and then like kind of left it and forgot about it towards the end of the day. So I need to check that again, see if that's all dry for that to come up. But it's only a few pieces, so that doesn't really matter. But try and put my washing away so I don't have as much washing on my chair as I did last week, which was wild, the amount I had. But yeah, try and put my washing away and tidy up my room a bit. See how much I can get done in like 3-ish minutes, and stuff, and go from there. So yeah, fun. Yeah. And then go down and have lunch, and then I think I have a parcel downstairs, so grab that and open that and see what that is and go from there. I know I have some parcels coming for a video for 2 months time, I think it is, which is like a book haul, because I bought some books which I had a haul planned to do in July anyway, and I thought, I didn't know what kind of haul I wanted to do, if I was going to do another TikTok shop one or what, and I thought might as well do it on the books I've bought. So yeah, I've got to wait for them to come, because I think it's going to be in like split parcels, so I don't know if it's my books or what, but yeah, fun. I'm going to crack on and try and get as much done as I can this morning, well before I have lunch anyway. So it's Saturday night now, and I'm just going to chill upstairs this evening. It's currently, what, 6:45. I've just washed my hair and got into my bedclothes, because I thought, you know what, might as well get it done and out of the way, then I can chill up here. I've kind of done everything that I wanted to do today, apart from reading my book, or at least picking up my book to read it, and doing the colouring in. So I might do that in a bit tonight, I might not, depends on if I feel like picking it up. but I'm gonna watch some YouTube since I've got a few YouTube videos on my watch list to watch, since quite a few were uploaded, or was it last night or this morning or so. So I'm gonna watch them and just chill, I think, tonight and go from there. But I am gonna end this video here so I can edit and upload it for tomorrow, and then obviously I'll start the next vlog tomorrow, like what I tried to do. I think it was this one I started it on. So yeah, so I'm gonna try and start filming vlogs on a Sunday to a Saturday and stuff, so then I don't have to worry about rushing to end the vlog if I forget about it, and editing it and to upload it and stuff. But yeah, so I'm not gonna do much tonight, maybe just do some colouring in or some reading, and basically just go from there. But yeah, but I will see you guys Wednesday for, I think it's a makeup video I'm doing, and then see you guys next Sunday for another vlog. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.